scoil corpi unna ag alias. Agus the clear show DHC tá Dama Frecain Glenville agus an Blarney ag Immert. From Dama Frecain Glenville or Luz. If we're here, Danny O'Neill. Top it now. Oscar Manning, Luke Nader, Xavier Manning, Arno Manning, Dan McHugh, Roland Cahan, Michal Roach, Conor Manning, Mark Foley, Jack Fenton, Jack Sheehan, Daniel Sheehan, Jake O'Brien, Quail Finucane, agus Daniel O'Donnell. Fergal Blarney, Scully Clear on their film. Ibrahim Filnage, Archie Spillett, Jake O'Leary, Darren Collins, Sam Kennedy, Ben Higgins, Aiken Segovia Linehan, Jimmy Birmingham, Josh Hassett, Darrell Whelan, Harry Fitzgerald, Owen O'Connor, Reuben Barrett, Jake O'Brien, Owen Garner, Nolan Foley, Luke Cunningham, Noel Murphy, Giacomo Bernino, Oscar Silverwasky, Ryan Forrest, Peter Starkey, Luke O'Hanlon, and Igor Manzajwick.
And look at me.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so guys, the lads were in first for the toss, okay, so they did throws and tails, your heads, okay? Is that fair enough? So we'll just do the toss. We'll see what way it turns out, okay? So, heads it is, so that's E. What way do you want to play, lads? You want to play up, you play down. Just 2 seconds, okay? Yeah. No.
Rov Illigulera could be on Clesha, either Glenville National School playing from left to right in the familiar yellow jersey, making an early offensive attack here, going on a solo run. Have we got the first score? No, our Cleags are 4-1, and against them then Skull on Creanefa o Blarney, playing from left to right. Now the cool boy getting his first touch of the match, so Fionn Lynch here. So Fionn sent a really direct ball, very similar to the way the Cork team were playing yesterday. Direct ball into the hand, holding on to possession. It's great work there done, great clearance there by that corner back out. And now we have going all the way on a solo run, and I must just look how they never nearly succumb. I'm just checking the number behind. Now if he'd only turned to me, is it he for a shade now the reach? Ben Higgins, if it is Ben, congratulations. But regardless, that was real demonstration of possession hurling, puck out, cornerbacks bladed to his midfielder, and then a lovely point. So Blarney now have started a cooling away in the opening minute of the match. That was a magnificent puck out there from Danny O'Leary. Danny sent it nearly 3/4 of the pitch, and great job done there by the forward Ibrahim Joggins. Inch perfect, and looks like it's cool on shot. Very good. I have to give great credit to Mark Foley there. Mark Foley with the vision, saw Conan O'Mahony, and Conan using the left leg and in. And here I have my colleague here, Tomas. Tomas was very impressed by that, weren't you, Tomas?
Yeah, tremendous goal. Brilliant constructive play by the Glenville team. Mark Foley didn't go for his own score. score, struck it across, and then Conan buried it with a kick.
Yes, exactly. And so now we have Blarney with a great response. Again, it's end-to-end play here. We'll notice Blarney on the wing, fantastic block down there by I think it was Iverche Aaron O'Mahony, the captain for Glenville. No doubt delighted with the start his team has made. Now we're nearly 2 minutes into this first half, and Glenville kind of battened down the hatches and rallied after that storm here. And a great block there by Fionn Lynch. He wanted to make sure Rod didn't get into his hand, and unfortunately there's a little bit of and here we have I was going to say a bit of confusion in the defence, but here we have Iver Haindiog here, Mark Foley getting a second goal here. Now I have great compassion because there was a fantastic block by Fionn. He followed it out in order to clear it, and just a little bit of miscommunication, but Fionn now is going to send another puck out there, and reading it very well was Iver though Tommy O'Callaghan. Tommy's uncle Shane Field won a Club All Ireland with Watergrass Hill at one stage, and here we have Iver Haindiog, Mark Foley getting his second goal, and Tomas with nearly 3 minutes of play now. It is a very impressive start for Glenville. 3 shots, 3 goals. What would be your impression now of where Blarney could go from here?
Glenville have made a fantastic start. The level of skill of both sides is really, really impressive, but Glenville's combination work is outstanding, and as you said, Mark Foley with 2 goals already.
Yes, exactly. Now it's the measure of a great team how they respond after a score, and here we have Blarney now really putting it up to Glenville at this stage. It's only early days yet. Sure, a whole game can go in 30 minutes, and credit to Micheál Roach here and Conan O'Mahony and Mark Foley in the forward line for Glenville. They're putting an awful lot of pressure on Archie Spillett, Jake O'Leary, Dara Collins and vice captain Sam Kennedy for Blarney. So those lads obviously are going to have to really put the shackles on the forward line, and the first player doing it here is Ben Higgins. Well done to Ben. A high lobbing ball out of defence, and hopefully now Blarney be able to have a great flick there, lovely one-handed flick of the ball away there from the Blarney player. And here midfield now we have a Kane, and I think it's a Kane and Ben Higgins working very hard in the middle of the field there now, and they have earned a relieving clearance. Coming up to take it is Dara Collins, but actually I think they're asking for Graham Forrest in the forward line. Graham's going to go for it. We saw points being scored from this distance yesterday here in the park, so definitely he's going for it, and he has dropped the ball in very deep. Great pressure there being exerted by the forwards for Skull and Creenave and Blarney, and that's a fantastic free. Now the big question here, Tomas, of course, would you be a patient forward, and should Graham go for the goal, or should he be patient and just take the point?
Yeah, it's a great question, Breed, in fairness. I presume the way he's lining up, he looks like he's going to go for the 3-pointer.
And he went for it, but it was blocked there, deflected over the in-line. So now he's got the equivalent of a 65. The pitch has been shortened, and so I would roughly say that this is about 30-35 metres in, and coming out to take it is our free taker Graham Forrest. Graham take it from more or less the middle of the pitch here, and there is little or no wind. The conditions are perfect. The grass is like a carpet, so I'd say Graham is just going to try and take the score, and it's gone, or Clay August there for real. So hard look to Blarney now. They put a lot of pressure on the Glenville defence, and the Glenville backs of Tommy O'Callaghan, Oscar Mannion, Nuke Leyland and Xavier Mannion are going to be breathing a sigh of relief. A great puck out there by Danny O'Leary, and Danny found his own player midfield, and after rounding is Iver Haindiog, Mark Foley, is it Getty to Iverche. Oh, a fantastic block there, and I'd say that Aaron O'Mahony, the captain, would feel he's been robbed there of that, but at the same time it was fantastic defence there, defensive play there by the Blarney players. The defenders under a lot of pressure, and they did very well to, I think, block off what should have been a certain goal. And now Tomas, with just over 6 minutes of play in this 15 minutes a half, do you think that both teams have settled into the match?
Yeah, it looks like they've settled in. Alright, Glenville maybe a little bit more. Their combination work is really good, but that was an incredible block there to defend that last one. And now that ball has gone in and it's gone over the bar. Another point for Glenville.
It is, and with just 6.5 minutes to play, we have Glenville 3, Coologs, Coolina 1, August Blarney with on Coolin Shin, a very valuable score. They have started off the game today with a score in the opening 5 minutes, and it's credit to Blarney. It's how they add to it now going forward. And here we have the Glenville defence working really hard here to clear the ball out, coming into the forwards who are very fast to pick up the ball. And here is Dara Whelan. Dara's getting to his teammate again, Iver Handial. Sorry, my apologies. Conan O'Mahony getting to Mark Foley, and Mark Foley with his third goal of the day. So 3 goals for Mark Foley, and we're still in the first half of the match. So it's very hard for Fionn Lynch to be able to give any answer to that kind of offensive play there by Glenville. But he's doing very well. He's trying his best, and he's getting support from his teammates of Archie, Jake, Dara and Sam Kennedy, who are doing very well now in marking what is really a star-studded forward line for Glenville. And here we have now a free out for Skull on Creanefa on Blarney. And taking it is Jake O'Leary, and Jake is taking his time. I'd say he's going to give it as much height as possible, and that's what he's done. Going to his teammate, inch perfect. If only he can round it now, and he's rounding. He's lost possession. He's trying to win it back again. That's very assertive play. Unfortunately, it's gone out over the sideline, I think, and it's a sideline ball, if I'm correct. I'm not sure. Tomas, is it a sideline ball, do you think?
I wonder, is it a free breed? Did he handle the ball on the ground, I wonder? Is that what the free is for?
Perhaps he did, Tomas.
Or maybe it's so right. I just know it's a sideline, actually.
Sideline, yes. Sideline ball. Great sideline ball now. Plenty of distance to that one. And again, first to it there are the Blarney defenders, who really are settling to this task, and it's no easy task for them at all. But the way the Glenville forwards are able to round their players effortlessly and with ease. And was that Conan O'Mahony again? Conan playing out very deep now for a full forward, so he's obviously hungry for more ball, and he's coming out supporting the 2 midfielders as well of Ronan and Mihal, or Dara, I think it is. Aaron or Dara in the midfield, I think. But well done to Skull Creanefa from Blarney. Josh Hassett, his brother played here in the Skeena Skull final 2 years ago, and Harry Fitzgerald's brother was here 2 years ago. So these boys know what Skeena Skull final day is like, so well done to him for winning that point. Coming out is Graham Forrest. I imagine Graham will try and put it over. He's had a great return so far. He's keeping all his shots on target, and well done to you, Graham. Best of luck. And Graham is sending a lovely floating ball into the full forward there, and it just went there for real. And to be fair to Blarney, if I didn't look at the scoreline, I would not think there was such a difference between them. Such is the way they're approaching this match today. They're showing enthusiasm, commitment, diligence in everything they're doing, and they really are competing for the ball in the back line. It's just the speed of those forwards when they round the backs at all. They seem to just be able to find another player in a better position. Again now, great effort being put in here by both teams, both the forwards and the backs, and coming out with is the defender here for Blarney, and that's a really big effort he made there. It just was blocked down, and the ball is drifting high, and Fionn has it. Fionn is trying to decide what to do, and Fionn Lynch got his free there, and well done to oh no, did Fionn step over the in-line? So Fionn stepped over the in-line, so it's a chance here now for the free taker for Glenville to take it. And we are 10 minutes played in this first half, and we have our scoreline of Kerla Cool August Coolin to that solitary Coolin 1, and it's wonderful credit to Blarney that they have gotten that point to give them at the start. If they could add to it now, they could definitely put a bit of pressure on the Glenville defence. So the free now, testing the wind, see what direction the wind is going before the free taker. Mark Foley takes it. Mark now hoping, I suppose, to add a point to his goals tally, and it's a point here for Mark. And if I'm correct in my tally, it's 3 goals and 1 point here now for Mark so far today. Mahu Mark. And Tomas, looking at it here now, there is such a gap. What would you hope for Blarney going in at half time?
Well, I think they just have to keep going. It's not that they're bad hurlers or anything, but Glenville have hit a kind of a purple patch really, and are really, really impressive the way that they're playing.
and that's great effort by Fionn. Fionn Spillett was marked there by 2 players, but he did manage to get the ball away from danger, and great defending there. Like, the backs are under so much pressure for Skull on Creaney for Blarney, and they are doing so well. As Tomas rightly said, they are an excellent team. It's just that the better start was made by the team from Glenville. And here we have Blarney competing really with vigour and enthusiasm and with a will to get the score here. And the defender there for Glenville, Eva O'Shea, Aaron O'Mahony, the captain, is doing his very best to get away, but the forwards are making it very hard for him indeed. And here we have one of his teammates found it. We see the hands up again, the player in the best position, and here we have the player in the best position, and it was Conan O'Mahony getting his second goal, and Conan with a scoreline of 2 goals. Now, if someone has said half time can't come soon enough for Blarney so they can regroup, but that said, we can't take away from Glenville. The vision, the communication is almost like telepathy going on here between the forwards from Glenville, and they really are finding the player in the best position. It's how the Cork forwards like to play when they're playing matches. Whoever's in the best position, I'll be unselfish and pass to him, and I think that's the reason why Glenville are ahead for so long. But look at this for Blarney, good commitment, the absolute enthusiasm, the love for the jersey, the loyalty to the school they're representing, and they're really competing the best they can against a very talented Glenville team. And Glenville are very fast there now, putting pressure on the defenders again, and the ball is getting closer and closer to Fionn Lynch's goal line, but no, it's cleared again, only as far as the waiting. No, Eva O'Shea there, Aaron O'Mahony, and Aaron is trying to make space to get the shot in. Oh, what a magnificent hook there by the player from Blarney, and Aaron has earned his team another free, and we're almost at half time now, and the score line is 5 goals and 3 points for Glenville. Coolina won that very special and very important single point there for Blarney, and it looks like now that Glenville will nearly have as many points as they have goals on the scoreboard, which is a great credit to them as well. They've gotten scores from play, they've gotten scores from frees as well, and it shows a great mix in the tally. Now Blarney are really showing a lot of respect here. They're going to line the goal mouth, and the ref is just giving our captain just a chance to recover. And Tomas, Aaron O'Mahony here as captain, he must be delighted with the way his teammates are playing today.
Yeah, they're really, really strong and competitive. Now Blarney are trying might and main, but Glenville's skill and their ability to find each other with the ball, as you said earlier, giving the ball to the player in the best position is a credit to the coaching they've received, obviously, in their club, and also particularly in their school. So they'll be delighted with that.
They would indeed, and at least for Glenville, they still have their other captain, Luke Nealon, on the pitch, and that's another Coolin. So the white flag is raised again, and with 30 seconds now to half time, we have a scoreline of 5 goals and 4 points by Glenville. Look at that for Fionn Lynch. Fionn Lynch is not letting the head drop. He came out as soon as the white flag was raised. He was out again to take the puck out. Again now, the Glenville, they seem to be getting their scores with ease in the forward line, but the defenders really cleared that very quickly. And is there another score before half time? And there is Coolin Ella. And again now we have Conan O'Mahony with another point, and we have now, they have evened up the scoreline. They have as many points as they have goals now, and coming up to half time, and Fionn Lynch pucking out the ball, sending it out again to his teammate. He found his player very well there, great direction, very well read by his teammate, and unfortunately a little bit too much enthusiasm from the Glenville defender there, and Orator has brought the slisher in a little bit closer. Orator today, Mila Buekes to Harry Ormond from Gaelscoil na Dúchlasha, and Harry also brought some of those pupils to act as line boys here today. And now this is a very important free, and unfortunately, and I know he did his very best, Graham Forrest just failed to keep it on target, and it went to the right and wide. But it's not like Blarney aren't getting chances, maybe not as many as the Glenville forwards, but look at the way the ball was hopping there now, and the Glenville forwards are very physical there, and trying their very best to try and get through. They seem to have as much hunger now when they're 5 goals and 5 points to a single point as they were at the start of the match. And here we have another single point here, and a beautiful point. He actually looked first before he took it from Ivernay, Micheál Roach. Well done, Micheál. Micheál took his time, and one of the half forwards there. So we have the 2 full forwards after scoring for Glenville, as well as the half forward. So on the stroke of half time, the scoreline is a single point for Blarney. Well done to Scoil an Chríonaí for Blarney for playing an excellent first half, really defending, putting in so much effort into controlling the star-studded team from Glenville on a scoreline of 5 goals and 6 points. It'll be a very interesting second half. Well, fáilte ród arás ná go dtí an tarna le sa cluiche seo between Scoil an Chríonaí, Blarney and Glenville National School. And already Glenville are on the attack, and well done to Fionn Lynch. Fionn Lynch came out with confidence and enthusiasm. And we have another point there for Glenville from Glenville here is Conan O'Mahony. Conan, I've lost tally. I think Conan is on 2 goals and 2 points at this stage, if I'm correct. Perhaps he might even have an extra point there. So Glenville have started the second half as they finished the first half, and the defenders there now, Xavier Mannion and his brother Oscar, both brothers, and for Glenville National School playing there. Xavier and Aaron O'Mahony, the captain, were working very hard there in the half back line, and they've earned a lovely free there now, a relieving time for them in the back line. And Luke Naylan, the joint captains, taking the free. Luke found his teammate there, Conan O'Mahony, and there's a free in again now, and our Raitor Harry Ormond from Gaelscoil na Dúchta has blown for a free there. And just want to mention that a lot of good people volunteer for Skeena Scoil annually, and we want to thank Glamor Community Colleges for sending their transitional students back to Zumpers today. Now I'm sure Michael Murphy and William Tafuhi, the teachers and coaches with Glenville, are delighted with the way the match is turning out today. Really, it's as it started in the first half. We have Mark Foley with another point here now. It's continuing, and Glenville are dominating. But as I've said earlier, if it wasn't for the scoreline, I being aware of the scoreline, I would not be without admiration for the likes of Ben Higgins now and Kane in midfield, who are working so hard. The midfield half forward line just trying to feed off scraps, but trying to support the defenders as well. The defenders from Scoil an Chríonaí for Blarney have worked tirelessly to control what is a star-studded forward line for Glenville, and it's credit to their Moontori, Patricia Dunn, Brian O'Leary and Linda Ronan, that these boys are as prepared as they are today. Now that was a lucky escape, or who's going to be there first? It's a Glenville players there first. After rounding, he's coming again, he's rounded 2, he's coming, and he's taken the point. Mahu, and a gorgeous point there by Micheál Roach. Micheál has his second point there. And the forward line of Dara McHugh, Ronan Cahill, Micheál Roach, Conan O'Mahony, Mark Foley have been very much dominant here today now, and are a reflection of the scoreline of 5 goals and 9 points. But then, that said, we have great work being put in the back line as well by Tommy O'Callaghan, Oscar Mannion, Luke Naylan and Xavier Mannion as well. The 2 brothers Oscar and Xavier must be enjoying playing together today. And that ball has gone up there up towards Iver Hutt. Ronan Cahill. Ronan's going to try and take a score. He's sending it up high, and great fielding by the defender for Blarney, and unfortunately first there, reading it very well there, was Iver Hintiog, and tis Mark Foley, and Mark has it, and Mark is sending it up and over again.
It's a tremendous score off his left there by Mark, coming down the wing. Tremendous catch back there by Ben Higgins when the ball went into the square though, but Mark Foley, brilliant shot off his left.
Yeah, an excellent play altogether. And yes, credit due to Ben Higgins to keep the chin up, keep the head up in a Skeena Skull final. Now, I think for myself, a neutral person, I would love to see a few scores for Blarney. I think they have the ability and they have the talent. It's just that it seems like Glenville are very quick to read the play, to get there in front of their opposing marker as well. And once the ball goes into space, they seem to just be very quick at picking it up and running at the defence. But look at this for the enthusiasm here from that defender. If I could only get his number, I give him credit. And it went to his teammate Iver Hainjog. Well done, Harry Fitzgerald, for keeping the ball in play. And Harry's managed to pick it up. And our line boy there has sent it on. And I think actually it was Jake O'Leary, Iver 3, who got that clearance. Then Tomas here is giving me the Nahanmaka. And Tomas, you would have been very impressed by the way Jake just kept the chin up and kept the fight going to Glenville.
Yeah, and he played a great ball, kind of a low ball down the wing when maybe the taller boys from Glenville are winning possession. You know, it was a really great ball down the wing. Unfortunately, went out over the line. Yeah,
and a great sideline cut there from Mark Foley. Mark really took that at ease, and well done to the doggedness of Blarney. And they kept battling there now, and the forward line from Glenville are still hungry for more scores, which was great credit there to Dara Collins there to earn that free. Dara is hobbling away, but he's not daunted yet, and getting ready is Iver Kuig. Is it Iver 3, Jake O'Leary? Oh yes, and a low ball along the ground there came, and here we have Blarney. I'm getting excited. Blarney on the attack, Blarney on the offence, and they've earned themselves a free. Now this should be a scoreable shot here now for Graham Forrest. Is Graham going to come out and take it? Yes indeed he is, and it's right in front of goals. Now Graham has two choices. Graham might go for the goal. He might try and send it in hard, drop it in on top of his forwards, or he might actually take the point and add to their scoreline. He's taking it at ease, and it's gone up and over, and a second point for Skull on Creeney for Blarney. Cogordicus, well done. That's what determination, doggedness and perseverance gives you. You get a second point, and I have to celebrate that point. That point was hard earned. It came from a free in the back line, and the Forest competing again. Here we have, they seem to be buoyed up by their score, but I don't think that ball went far enough. It didn't find a player, and the ball is coming into the Glenville Forwards seem to be playing the backs very deep. And that was a lovely clearance by Sam Kennedy, the vice captain. And if we have a sub on for chop down on the player there, and that's what the free is for. And now it looks like the Rator is just holding the play up just for a little bit, allowing everyone to settle. And since Blarney had possession of the ball before the ref blew the whistle, Blarney gets to have a free shot, and it's a lovely shot. He lovely lift there, and a nice relieving ball. It's gone all the way. It's going. Oh, but Danny O'Leary, who's had a quiet day of it today, decided to let it go. And Sam Kennedy, the vice captain, has been really impressing. And Tomas, who would you say would be the leaders who are carrying the fight there to Glenville today for Skull and Creenefa on Blarney?
Well, their backs are doing really well. The goalkeeper is Fionn is outstanding, and Jake O'Leary, in fairness, now, and Sam Kennedy and Ben Higgins at the back as well, and Archie's built. They're really working very, very hard. But sometimes, other teams are really good too. That's why you get to a final.
Exactly, and I'm sure, like the way they are just managing to contain this star-studded team from Glenville National School is a testament to Skull and Creenefa on Blarney here today, that they are part of the final. And again, Fionn Lynch hasn't lost his enthusiasm. As soon as the ball goes wide, he just picks the slitter up and he's going again. And well done, Dara McHugh. Dara's just managed to burst through a few players there, and he lays the ball off to his teammate, and he almost went into the hand of Conan O'Mahony. And again, look at this for the defence for Blarney. They really are just battling warriors. They're battled hardened at this stage, I'm sure, but I just have to admire the fact that they're still fighting the fight. They're playing on, and as if this match is all to play for. And to be fair, the scoreline makes it a very one-sided affair, but for us, the neutral people, we're really enjoying this match. and that's a really fantastic shot, came off the right wing. An excellent score there. Just with, I think, is it Iver Kuig? Xavier Mannion, and I'm sure his brother Oscar is clapping and cheering for that one. Fiona's coming out with another puck. This is a really good one, but reading it there, I think, is that Xavier again with the red helmet, and Xavier doing a low ball in, but coming for it there was Graham Forrest, and Graham is trying to pick the ball up there. Graham is being marked by two. He's managed to get it. He's managed to pick out. Great pass there to his teammate. Unfortunately, just fell down, and coming away with it there is Iver Haindiog. How many times have I seen Mark Foley send the ball in at goal, and Fionn has it again. And as Tomas rightly said, Fionn is really a very important member of this team today. He's been very busy, but he's really made some very important saves for his school. And coming up to collect it there is a fantastic pick there by Archie Spillett. I think I have it if it's Iver though. Well done, Archie. And unfortunately, first to read it was Luke Lane, on one of the captains, and Luke read it, and Luke is playing very deep at this stage now. I think that's Iver Kuig, Xavier Mannion. I think actually we can see now that there's only one Skull and Crenafa player from in their forward line at this stage. They're playing a much more defensive style. We have 3 and 4 players for Blarney in the middle of the field, obviously trying to support that excellent back line. But is it enough? I don't. Yes, well, we're breathing a sigh of relief if we're from Blarney here anyway, but I don't know. I think it's just containing the forward line for Glenville, and Glenville are giving a couple of more players an opportunity to get an experience on the hallowed grounds of Porkyqueeve. Great credit to the grounds people here who have just this place like a carpet, and it's wonderful for these children who dream of wearing the red jersey, donning the red jersey, that they get an opportunity to play here. Now, Tomas, looking at Glenville, really it's hard to pick out one individual here. They seem to be very strong from the goalkeeper right up to the full forwards.
Absolutely, and they've got everything. They're able to move the ball. They've got mobility themselves. They're strong, and they're really, really skillful. And a notable thing really, Breed, about Glenville is their teamwork, their ability to pass the ball to each other and create space and things like that. So that's very, very admirable indeed. Obviously, superbly coached, but you got to admire Blarney too. I mean, we all know the Blarney players of Mark Coleman and Shane Barrett and Pádraig Power, and they're certainly being true to their club and their school with their skill. And here's Graham.
That's an excellent free by Graham. Just hot, just fractionally to the right and wide. And if I have it correctly, I think Owen O'Connor has joined the match here today now for Skull and Crenafa Blarney, so well done. And here we have now the equivalent of a 65 for Graham. It's a bit of a distance here today now, depending which way the wind is blowing, but Graham has made this distance before. Oh, a fantastic score there from Graham Forrest. Another point here for Graham Forrest. That's his second score from play, and great credit to them now. They're on a scoreline of 3 points. And Cogordicus to Blarney, because again they have resilience, they have determination, but that was great fielding by Luke Leyland. Granted, he was on his own, he was uncontested, because as we can see, Blarney have adopted a more defensive play in the second half, but they really are taking the match to Glenville. It looks like there's a bit of energy and buoyancy in Blarney. I'm just letting the announcement go through there, but I'm just assessing it. It seems that there seems to be a greater sense of urgency or energy after creeping into the Blarney play in the last 5 minutes. Would you agree, Tomas?
Absolutely. The defence is tremendous. If they can just get the ball up the field now, they've got the hurlers inside. But they, as you say, Breed, they really improved in the last 5 or 6 minutes there.
Exactly, and Harry Fitzgerald sent a ball in there, and unfortunately it just went only as far as the full back for fantastic save there by Fionn Lynch. But the defence for Glenville seems to be very strong indeed, equally strong. Great competitiveness there now from the players from Skull and Crenafa and Blarney, and I would have thought a little push in the back there by Jack Fenton, but it's okay. Fionn is coming out. Fionn is really like leading the charge from the back line out and trying to pick it up there now is Iver Doyog, Owen O'Connor. Owen has made a great difference since he's come on, but of course defensively there now, and the power, the skill and the excellence from Glenville means they're rarely under pressure. Oh, great pass there coming as far as, is that Iver O'Shea? Ben Higgins, and unfortunately Ben, it just went over the sideline. But as Tomas said, you can see flashes of brilliance, the brilliance that brought this Blarney team to the Skeena Skull final. You can see it coming through at times, and of course I suppose their greatest asset is their willingness and their enthusiasm to keep going even if the match is going against them, and it's credit to them. Sam Kennedy, the vice captain there, nearly got to Baca there for his team, and we have another score there for Glenville being scored by Ronan Cahill, and congratulations Ronan. Looks like each of the forwards now have scored here today. A great distribution and spread of the scores, which shows the mark of a brilliant team. And again, very unselfishly there, passed Xavier Manning to his teammate Iver Huff. Ronan Cahill again. Ronan unfortunately overcarried, and our Rator unfortunately doesn't appreciate when the Himrory will be questioning his decision making, but of course that's still that hunger and drive to continue to score is very inherent in Glenville. So here we have again free taker Graham Forrest. Graham has it, is it on target? And unfortunately went to the right and wide, and still we're almost at full time now, and the scoreline of 3 points for Blarney, 3 hard earned points by Blarney to the Cooey Cool August Gahulin Diog scored by Glenville, and Cogardicus to Glenville, a most comprehensive display, a display that showed teamwork, commitment, and also an excellence that really is unparalleled for children this young. But we cannot forget a great team from Blarney. They showed fortitude, they showed resilience and perseverance, and I leave the final word now with Tomas today.
You've got to give great credit to Blarney. They could easily have thrown their hat at it, but they didn't, in typical Blarney spirit. But you've got to admire Glenville, a superb team. No shame for Blarney. Some days you meet a better team and the better team wins. Glenville were superb, Blarney very good, but Cogardis le Glenville Sarklehe on the lads o Connachon the Bilry.
Flánan Spinach.
Well done. Blarney, you're going to go over and you're going to get to
We're Two, three, picture.